Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome. This is SMI Hub Canada, where I talk about everything studying and immigrating to Canada. So today I want to talk about something based off of what I was saying in my video where I talked about getting a PR on a 1 year. I was talking about how opportunities present itself to those that are prepared. And in the spirit of that, let's talk about things that you can do while still home before coming to Canada that could help you a lot in your PR process. Let me just start talking about it. So the first thing is, go and get your reference letter. Like, the good thing with Express Entry is that you can present an old reference letter for a job that you are no more doing. I'm not talking about your current job now. I'm talking about your previous jobs or your previous employment. As long as you are no longer working there, you can present a reference letter that is dated. So a reference letter that has been signed and stamped, maybe some months before you submit, or a year before, even 2 years. It depends on how old your job is. Okay, so we made this mistake when we were coming. Because we had we thought we had the employment letter, that should be sufficient, we thought, but it's not. You need to read what you have. Like, the reference letter you need has to have some specific things. And these are one of the mistakes that people make when they're applying for Express Entry. They don't get a complete reference letter. You need to get a complete reference letter. So it has to have job description. It has to have a list of your duties and responsibilities. It has to have the time frame that you worked in that company. It has to have the number of hours you worked per week. So is it 35 hours per week? Is it a part-time job? Is it a full-time job? It has to indicate these things. So if it's full-time, wordings like Mr. Joe, this was employed with us as a full-time staff. He worked for 40 hours a week. It has to have things like that. It also have to have how much you were being paid. So your wages, so it was paid so per annum, or it was paid so monthly, depending on how they want to write it. So it should have something like that. And it should also have, those are the major things that it should have. Your job description. So what does it do there? And what are his duties and responsibility? He maintains and this. And I would advise you, know your NOC. These are the things you need to know. Like, the job, the work experience you want to use for Express Entry, you need to determine the NOC. So for instance, are you an alarm installer? You were doing that back home. Go and check what your NOC falls into. Make sure you read about the NOC on the Canadian website. So this will help you to know, how the reference letter should be. Because I find out that many people just say, oh, please, I need a reference letter. It has to have this, bam, And these people don't know, sometimes they don't know what to write. Like, it depends. Some HR people are just... So sometimes you have to tell them, please make sure it's comprehensive. Make sure it has all my job description. This is the NOC I'm looking to apply under. This is what they do. So you can even show them, okay, this is a list of what is written on the Canadian website for my NOC, so that they have an idea. Now, you don't want them to copy it verbatim into your reference letter. No, just show them so they have an idea, and it can guide them in writing, and they also know what to write. Because some HR people don't even know the nuances of, especially if you're a technical person, they don't know the nuances of what you're doing in the company. All they know is HR things, salary being paid, reference letter being, so you have to follow these things up. And also make sure that you get any accompanying document you can get from your workplace before you leave. It's easier if you can work in there while you are still home. It's easier than to be calling them from abroad. When you call them, what if they don't pick, right? So for us, we're just lucky we were able to connect with one of the, and it's because the workplace had structure. It was a place with structure. That was for my husband. It was a place with structure. They have, sorry, excuse me, that noise. Stop that, please. Okay, so it had structure, it had everything, and it was easier to get to know. It was easier to get to know who we should reach out to, and then we're able to speak with her, and she drafted a very good reference letter. So, but I'll advise you to do it while you're still home. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you need a statement of account, some of you might not have like pay stubs and things like that. So if maybe your statement of account will be your supporting document for your express entry application, it would be prudent to go to the bank while you are still home. Ask them to print out the statement of account during that period that can support, it, because I find, for instance, in Nigeria, many companies don't have like the pay stub, pay slip, all those things. They just pay you. They pay you monthly. So the only proof of remuneration you have is your what's it called? Your statement of account. So make sure if you're in that category, go to the bank before you travel. Go and get it. That's another thing. And another one I want to say is IELTS. Like some people say that IELTS is easier when done out of Canada. I don't know how true that is, but if that's the case, then you will want to do it back home in Nigeria or wherever you're coming from. Just get this thing done so that you have it. So if that's the case, just get it done so that you have it, right? So do it back home. If it's easier for you, if you have the money, go for it. Because I really think that it's easier back home. Because here, they expect you to have, I mean, you're in Canada now, so they expect that you can speak well, you can do all of that. So the bar is set higher. So just try to do your IELTS from home so that you have that score already. And then another one is start your WES evaluation from home. Start it from home. There are some of you, the universities you attend back home, they're not the type that you can go online to get to do your WES evaluation from your school website. You have to go in person, or you need to know someone, and even that will take time. So I'll just advise everybody, even if you are in a university that you are online, everything is electronic. But still, go to your home university, start the WES process, and just, initiate it so that at least you're sure that they've sent the transcripts, because that's the hard part. And the university, has responded and they've sent it and all of that before you travel. So if you have the money and you have the time now, start your WES evaluation. And just so you know, IELTS is valid for 2 years and WES is valid for 5 years. So these are the things that you can do while you're still back home. Another thing is begin to read up on this thing, like watch videos about it, read about it so that you know the details of, this whole express entry thing. So you are informed, especially concerning provincial nomination, like the province you are going to. Sorry, ignore that. That's my baby. I might have to go very soon. But let me just round it off. The province you are going to will definitely have provincial nomination streams. Not everybody will go directly by express entry. Some people will go through provincial nomination. So be on the lookout. Know what, there are some that I will do a video on that, on provincial nominee streams that you can apply for as a student or with foreign work experience if you are outside Canada. So begin to look for the requirements and see if you are eligible. For instance, there is the French speaking stream, provincial nominee in Ontario. If you can speak French and you can do the examination and you can get at least up to a B2 level, then you should be able to apply for that. There are other streams that you can qualify for, even as a as a foreign worker or with a foreign work experience. I know there is a tech stream. The province in Ontario, I know a lot about Ontario because I live in Ontario. The province in Ontario, they go regularly to the pool and then they they begin to take people, right? So sometimes they look for people that have tech experience. So if you have tech experience, and tech experience is varied, like computer technologies, engineers, software, things like that, then you might be a candidate. You might be eligible for this stream. So you guys just read up on this thing. Knowledge is power. That's why I started SMI Hub Canada. And I trust God that I'll be consistent. It's hard to be consistent, but it's so worth it when I hear feedback. Like many times we don't know. That's why we don't know. We have no idea. Like you need to read around this thing. Do your research. I do research and I put it out here so that you guys will also know more about it, you to do your research and just find out more about it. But I'll be sure to do that video as soon as I can on the different provincial nomination streams that exist. You can try, right? So I'll be ending on this note because I have to go. My baby is crying and I have to leave. Till the next time, guys, thank you so much for always tuning into SMI Hub Canada. Thank you for the likes and for the comments. It's so encouraging. I'm so happy that at least someone finds this channel useful. That's enough for me, right? Thank you. Take care, guys. Enjoy the season. Merry Christmas. I don't know the next time. I don't think I'll be doing another video this year. This might be all for 2022. See you guys in 2023. Love you. Bye.